For any restaurant, the story really begins long before the first plate ever hits the table. It actually starts out on the sidewalk, right at the front door. That first impression, it can set the entire tone for the whole dining experience. So today, we're going to break down why a clean exterior isn't just some small detail. It's an absolutely critical part of your operation.
So I want you to take a second and really ask yourself this. When a potential customer pulls up, what message is your entrance sending? Your patio, your walkways, what are they saying? Do they say, hey, we're clean, we're high quality, and we're totally worth the price? Or have they maybe started to say something else, something you might not even notice anymore?
Because here's the thing about curb appeal. It doesn't just vanish overnight. It's more like a slow drift. It's this gradual, steady decline that's caused by the daily grind of weather, all that foot traffic, and just the environment. It's so subtle, it's actually really easy to miss when you're looking at it day in and day out.
And believe it or not, this phenomenon actually has a name. It's called appearance drift. It's the buildup of all those little things, right? The gum spots by the door, the drink spills on the patio, that little bit of algae growing in the shady corners, and the soot from all the passing traffic. I mean, individually, they're pretty minor, but when you put them all together, they start to dull your restaurant's shine and can quietly chip away at your guests' confidence.
But this goes so much cheaper than just looking good. This slow drift, well, it comes with some very real and often hidden costs and risks that can impact your entire operation. Everything from guest satisfaction all the way to staff safety.
Okay, let's really dive into this. There are 5 huge challenges every restaurant operator faces. First up, disruption risk. The absolute last thing you need is some noisy cleaning crew blocking your entrance during dinner service, right? Then there's grease and residue buildup, which is more than just ugly. It creates awful odors and, more importantly, serious slip hazards. Third is that appearance drift we just talked about, which really hurts how people perceive your quality. Fourth is surface sensitivity. One wrong move with a high-pressure hose can literally cause permanent damage to your signs, your paint, or your nice masonry. And finally, vendor reliability. We've all been there. The no-shows, the confusing invoices, it just creates more headaches for you and your staff.
And let's just zero in on that grease point for a moment, because this is absolutely critical. That slick, grimy buildup around your dumpster pads and the back walkways, that's not just an eyesore. It is a primary cause of slip and fall incidents for your staff and for delivery drivers. That fact alone moves exterior cleaning from being a nice-to-have cosmetic fix to a must-have safety protocol.
So how do you tackle these issues without just creating a whole new set of problems? Well, the key is to look for a professional service that actually specializes in the restaurant industry. Someone who's a true partner that understands your unique demands, not just another generic vendor.
And this comparison chart, it just lays it all out perfectly. It shows the difference between a generalist's approach and a specialist's. On one side, you've got all the common headaches, cleaning crews showing up during the day, aggressive pressure washing that causes damage, and mess that just gets pushed around. But on the other side, you see the specialist solution. They work in off hours, they use methods that are safe for all your different surfaces, and they actually manage the debris. It's the difference between just hiring a job and hiring a real expert.
You'll find that the best specialist services, they really operate on a few core principles that are designed to get rid of those common vendor headaches. Looking at these here, you see a focus on clarity, so you know the full scope and the cost right up front. No surprises. Then, a commitment to proof over promises, which means you should be looking for real, verifiable results. And finally, a frictionless process, because, let's be honest, a manager's time is their most valuable asset.
Okay, but promises are one thing, right? Proof is everything. So let's take a look at how this kind of approach actually builds trust in the real world with results you can actually verify. It all starts with a really powerful signal of quality, a 4.9-star average rating on Google. That is impressive. And that rating isn't built on just a handful of jobs either. It comes from over 320 verified customers. That shows a long, consistent track record of professional service. That's a lot of happy clients.
And this is where those numbers come to life with real testimonials. A customer, Charles S. from Fairfax, he highlights what matters most to a busy operator. Estimate, approval, and scheduling were all quick and easy. See, that gets right to the heart of that frictionless principle. It's all about respecting your time.
Okay, so you've seen the why and you've seen the proof. Now let's look at the how. The whole process should be designed to be as simple and as straightforward as possible so it fits seamlessly right into your operations. A lot of specialists offer tiered packages that fit different needs. An essential package, for example, might focus on giving a quick lift to your high-traffic entrances. The standard option, which is often the most popular, usually expands to cover all the guest areas. And then a comprehensive package, that's like a full property reset, including those critical back-of-house areas, like the dumpster pads.
The entire 5-step process is built to be completely frictionless for a busy manager. From a simple online quote request to scheduling during your off hours and providing photo documentation at the end, every single step is built for simplicity, professionalism, and reliability. That way, you can focus on what you do best, running your restaurant.
And that brings up one final, really important point when you're looking for a specialist: local expertise. A company that really focuses on a specific area, like the greater Fairfax area in this example, they often have a much deeper understanding of the local conditions, the common building materials, and even the typical scheduling challenges for restaurants in that community. It's a factor that can lead to a way smoother service, with a lot fewer surprises.
So, we'll leave you with this one final thought. Your restaurant's exterior is the very first and the very last thing every single guest sees. It's a huge part of your brand. So is it an asset that reinforces the quality you have inside, or has it become a silent liability because of that slow drift? In other words, is your exterior earning its keep?